easier for me to see. Allie says, hashtag KJB, everything about this feels wrong. We'll get to our poll results here in a moment. My Instagram poll last night, I thought the results were somewhat surprising, but we can talk more about that in a little bit. But I ran an Instagram poll last night to try to get an idea as to where everyone's frame of mind was at heading into today. That poll is still up on my Instagram. I don't have access to the News Nation live feed, but ICU says that they're reporting on News Nation that debris will now be guarded because of souvenir hunters, etc. L says hashtag KJB, why/how did the prosecution agree to this? I don't.
Welcome in here, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Tonight we're going to be going over a little bit of the Idaho 4, the House coming down today, and a little bit of discussion over the case as well. Thank you all so much for coming in. Please share this out. I just posted on X, on Facebook. Please share this post out. Let people know that you're hanging out with Publicly Buzz tonight. Appreciate it. We're coming at you.
So, and that, of course, has raised a lot of questions. But speaks to how confident they must be.
Let's rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here to Publicly Buzzed Live. Making sure my mic and everything is working. Thank you so much for being here. I've got Dan backstage. Today we are going over. We're going over some of the stuff that happened today with the Idaho 4 House being taken down. A lot of mixed feelings out there, as is going to be shown through my Twitter feed. I've had people in an uproar all day. The event has had people in an uproar all day. Thanks everyone for coming through here. Appreciate the shit out of it. Share this out. Let people know that you're hanging out with Publicly Buzzed tonight. Also going to be going over some details about a giveaway. I'm not sure if you guys saw the Murder Church van that was made by Tayo Toys, but that will be given away on the Twilight Zone Marathon coming up on a New Year's night. So stay tuned. You do not want to miss the details on that. But first of all, what's up, dude?
Hello, hello.
How you doing,
this
man?
Is a touchy issue.
Oh, people are crazy. Everybody's just, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a touchy issue. So a lot of people are okay with it. I mean, I don't think anybody's really like, it has to come down, but they're either okay with it or they're very against it, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Today on Twitter, I learned that out in real time. Real quick, let me get the chat in here. I want to make sure.
Except for the university. The university, I think, is the only ones that's like, it has to come down.
Yeah, the university is hardcore about, that's the reason it is coming down, right?
Yeah, it's their property.
Let me get this
It's
in
ultimately their decision as long as the courts don't need it. So.
And that's what everyone's arguing about, right? And everyone's like, well, it's got to stay up. We've got to, what if we get there? And there was a lot. Did you read the list that the Goncalves family and the Kernodle family put out? They put it out yesterday, I believe, basically almost like a last-ditch effort to why this should not be taken down. 10 questions or something. What if these questions arise, from the jury or during the trial? They're actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna see if I can pull those up.
Yeah, pop those up because I haven't seen them.
Let me do that.
Hey, Monster coming through with the 10 months. Nice.
Holy shit. First of all, yeah, that's what I was about to do. Let me go in the chat just real quick. Everybody in here. Jessica for Justice, Jay, Missy, Brooklyn, Kaylin coming through here. What's up, everybody? Mosh. Hell yeah, 10 months. Holy fucking, that's crazy. Wow.
Happy anniversary.
Definitely one of our OGs.
Wow.
OGs.
Make sure that you guys, whenever we see something like that, get the beers out. Make sure Mosh gets a beer in hand. Love that though. Thank you, brother, for 10 months. That's absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. While I'm looking over here on the side for that list, it shouldn't be too hard to find. Did you see the Murder Church van?
I did. It looks amazing. Oh my gosh. He outdoes himself, I think, every time.
It's pretty wild. I was blown away. Like when he sent that to me, I was like, holy crap, dude. And he said he was going to put the green wheels on there. Those things pop so freaking hard, man.
Yeah, it's dope. He really does a killer job.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm excited to get that. That will be given away again on Sunday. If you're not following on Kick, guys, please follow on Kick. If you haven't downloaded the app, please do so as well. But we're having a marathon that night, a Twilight Zone marathon from the 31st into the 1st. So yeah, that's when I'll actually do the giveaway on that.
Stream.
Yeah, and I'm not putting a time limit on it at all. I don't even know a time when it's going to start. Okay, it's going to start probably 8, 9, 10 o'clock that night, and it's going to go till whenever I get tired in the morning. I'm imagining 6, 7, 8 hours though, so it's going to be a stream.
I thought it was a 12-hour stream, but it's just going to be whatever.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going.
You.
Yeah. I'm trying to search this on Twitter. If anybody knows what I'm talking about in the chat,
Mosh has been on Kick as well, the Kick machine.
Oh, hell yeah, Mosh. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, if they could send that to me, that would be amazing. I'm not able to find that right
list of
out
questions.
The gate. Yeah, the list of questions that they were basically proposing. What if? They're exactly what they were. What if questions? And I'm having trouble right now, of course, in real time finding it. But today watching that come down was pretty freaking surreal, though. You didn't watch it live, did you, Dan?
No, the only thing I've seen is your tweeting of the situation.
Yeah, I was, and then I'll go ahead and pop up some tweets. We'll start out right here, right out the gate. Immediately, the trucks were showing up this morning, ready to go.
Another YouTuber brought up a good point. The X is pronounced as SH sound in Chinese, so instead of tweeting, we could call it sheeting.
Sheeting. I've never heard that. That's hilarious. Wow.
Because it's like Xing, I mean, what do we switch it to? It's no longer Twitter.
Yeah. And I guess it's just posting because they call them reposts now. But yeah, I like that better.
Sheeting. It's not going to catch on, but throwing that out there.
Can't believe I can't find this just by Googling this. It was everywhere last night.
It is interesting because I would like to see those questions just because I can't think of a real reason to keep it standing, to be honest. If the prosecution and the defense have no use for it, then
that's a good point right there,
it's
right?
really not a reason to keep it standing.
The prosecution and the defense have both said, hey, we're cool with this, right?
Yeah. I'm not strong on any side of this, to be honest. I'm not saying, oh, God, it has to stay up, till the trial's over, till post-trial or whatever. I'm also not saying that it has to come down. I'm not, or that I just, if in my opinion, if the defense and the prosecution have no use for it and the owners of the property want it to come down, then I'm not arguing with anybody.
At the end of the day, that's who it's up to, right?
Yeah.
Jersey Jen, my knee is still a little wobbly. It's better. I was just talking about this to Dan right before we came on live. It's getting better, I hope. I think I need maybe a little knee brace to get it completely under control, but it's better than it was. I'm actually walking, so is Candace, hold on, Candace might be giving the questions out. I think she is. Here she is in real time. Can you hear people inside from the left side of the house? What noise does the heat make when coming on? How deep can you see inside the house from different vantage points? View from the back deck. The view from the kitchen to each bedroom on the second floor, view from the top of the stairs to the third floor down to the second floor, view from the bottom of the stairs up to the third floor. The stairwell, the first floor stairwell, how well could you hear? Third floor stairwell, same question. The jury will have to accept the opinion of others or just never know.
Those are so these the questions from the Goncalves?
Those three right there were,
or from the family, from the surviving family members.
Kernodle,
it's all of them.
It's just the two families that
just two of them. Okay,
yeah. They're all not together on all this. Yeah,
those are super interesting questions, and they're so specific to this case because we have two witnesses who should have heard something, right? Claim they didn't really hear anything.
Dylan and Bethany is still the craziest part of the entire thing.
It really is, yeah.
Dylan's part's insanity because she's on the same freaking floor as these kids, and the murder's happening, or two of the murders. And
she heard something, but she didn't hear enough to like be alarmed. It doesn't seem like alarmed enough to call 911 or anything. It's kind of that is a super interesting part of this case, and their testimony is going to be kind of insane when it happens because, I mean, holy shit! Like explaining that 8-hour gap between the incident and calling 911, explaining how you could be in the same room or not in the same room, but in the same house on the same floor as the incident's taking place and not hearing screams, not hearing anything that triggers you to call the police. That's
even seeing someone walking, maybe that could be explained with the party house aspect.
She said she saw him,
but she is a witness to a masked man with bushy eyebrows. I mean, that's going to be the absolute wildest part. And once that comes up, when she's actually on the stand, dude, the internet's going to implode. Everyone's going to be losing their freaking minds. And I don't know if we're going to make it through it. I don't know if the true crime community is going to make it through Dylan Mortenson's testimony if we get to that point or get that far.
I do also think, and I think Bob brings up a good point when he says that, he thinks that the words were kind of put into her mouth in the PCA, the frozen state and all that.
Because that's such a crazy thing to say, right?
But I mean, I see somebody in chat saying, there's a party house. Who knows what she heard on a daily basis? I think you're going to be able to tell the difference between a murder and, some kids partying.
Exactly. Yeah, because it wasn't just. You cannot imagine that it was just one scream. You know what I mean? Or you hear the dog was playing. Maybe it was the dog playing. Yeah, it would have been brutal, visceral. I couldn't even imagine blood-curdling screams over and over. At least a couple of times over and over. It wasn't just going to be one.
The only way it wasn't.
There's defensive wounds. There was fighting back.
Yeah. Like I was going to say, the only way there wouldn't be is if, they were instant deaths. Like he stabbed them in the exact right part where they couldn't. It was it. They were gone.
And that could have happened to. That could have also been part of it. There might not have been, and I'm not going to put any names on anybody, but maybe somebody did just unfortunately get taken out instantly while somebody else was. Because the thing is, and I know we've debated this endlessly, and I've been debating this even online on Twitter today, but, was there an initial one person? Was there just one? Was it the house, or was there an actual person he went there for? And was he surprised when he ended up running into multiple people in one bedroom, and then also going downstairs and just so happens to run into two other folks? Xana and Ethan, unfortunately. It's crazy. Seeing this today was pretty surreal, though. Whichever side you're on, if you've been a part of this case, if you've been following this since the beginning, which almost everybody has, that's probably in this chat, that is in the true crime community, deals with this every single day. It is a surreal feeling because we've kept on top of this. We hear this, we've seen the footage of them going to the house, all the different news people. We remember Nancy Grace setting up shop right in front of the fucking house. One of the grossest things I've ever seen in my life. Crazy stuff happening in front of this house. And now it's gone, And that is one of the arguments that actually makes a lot of sense. The crazies that this house is going to bring. Inevitably. And then when this trial actually starts up, they want to do the trial in the summer. Who knows if that's going to happen? Probably not. But they want to do the trial in the summer so there won't be any kids around, right? Well, you know who is going to be fucking around? Lurking endlessly, all of these creepazoids that want to get the scoop, that are going to be hanging. They would have been right there in front of that house, opening up.
Yeah,
their
I'm sure
videos.
they have been.
And
I'm
they
sure
have
been there. They've been stalking the place, and it's an eyesore. It's a black part of the community. Like, it's just not. It's not a good thing to have. Especially with the case ongoing, because people are probably literally traveling there. This case is so hot and insane. I mean, it's drawn the craziest fucking people I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, people are nuts.
To it, and I mean, people are probably literally vacationing there. They're traveling there just to go to the house.
That's what would continue to happen. Now, I'm not saying that I don't want the house to be. I think the house should have stayed until trial. I really actually do think that, but that's not the decision of us. It's not the decision of the true crime community, right? It's the decision of who owns the property, which so happens to be the University of Idaho, and the president wanted this down, and I actually understand his reasonings for that also. But what does that fuel? That fuels the insane conspiracies of the people who are all of a sudden saying they want this down for a reason, Yeah. Moscow PD wants this down for a reason. They're in cahoots with this president of the University of Idaho or some bullshit like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen things thrown out where they were saying, oh, they agreed to it back in like June, July, or they agreed to it before they even had a suspect. I think I saw somebody say, I don't know where that comes from, but
thank you, Karen. Let me get that.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, the reality is, people, that if the prosecution and the defense don't feel like they need it, and they've accepted it, and they've agreed on it, and the property owner wants it down, then that's just how it is.
Yeah, man. It's a I actually do get that you would want it to. Personally, I think it should be up. Like, the likelihood, and I learned this today, the likelihood of the jury probably even getting to go in there is probably unlikely. That probably isn't something that that would not even happen. But now that's not even an option. That's impossible.
Right.
And any of the virtual, that's all. Now all that we actually have to deal with would be anything that would be 3D bottles,
3D
virtually
scans. Yeah. I do like the idea of like figuring out how far away you could hear things within the house and stuff. But I mean, to be honest, also you can kind of figure that out on your own. You don't really need to be in the house. Like, distance kind of travels uniformly, sound kind of travels uniformly. It's not that hard to figure that stuff out. Depending, just figure out how far away they were from each other. And I mean, we're not talking about padded rooms here. Soundproof rooms probably. So it's not that hard to kind of decipher that on your own. You don't really need to have scientific analysis done between rooms to figure out how sound travels. It's pretty universal across anybody's home. You know what I mean?
Let's see if any of these tickle your fancy. So we'll start right here. The Goncalves family have reached out to the Latah County Prosecutor's Office in the University of Idaho to stop this madness. When the victims can't speak, you have to speak for them when you feel someone is hurting the case. Let's just answer the question on why the King Road house should stand the basic evidentiary purposes for evidence, right? Number one, what were the vantage points of the roommates Dylan and Bethany? What could they hear from where they were in the house? What could they see? How far away was Dylan when she saw BK? And why didn't he see her? Could the surviving roommates hear a dog barking from the third floor? Screams? Can you hear those same sounds from the bottom apartment?
I mean, those are good questions.
Those are good questions, but what are you going to do? You can't.
I think you could fairly determine that just by, the prosecution and the defense knows the house. Like, they know it at this point.
Been in it multiple times now.
They can.
Multiple times this month.
Yeah, they can figure out their case from there. We don't need to know the scientific, and they may already have scientific evidence of how far, if that's part of their case. We don't know that they don't have that information.
That's some of the stuff too. But a lot of people, people act like almost they have every little bit of evidence that's going to be presented to the jurors now.
Yeah,
that's insane to think. Right. There's been so much found within this last year, probably within this last month. Okay, like something that will always stick with me is that it never stops. This will be going up until the day probably that they enter trial, and even then, new shit could still be found because they're going to be looking. And it's insane, terabytes of fucking data and shit.
Yeah. So I mean, so the first point here, the first questions. I mean, these are questions they specifically want to know, and they may get those answers in trial. Like tearing down the house doesn't necessarily get rid of those answers. It sounds so. Just off the bat, it sounds like these people, these family members, want to be in the house and conduct their own.
That's exactly what. Yeah, Steve Goncalves would be in there today. He'd be like, "Yes, you guys want me to run Moscow?
Yep,
I'm the new sheriff, ladies and gentlemen."
We're his own investigation. Yeah.
Question 2: outside the house, if evidence is presented about BK leaving or watching the house, what windows could he see in from where he was parked? Was he able to view the inside of the house, and what was he doing from outside? Sitting in a car walking by.
Again, they know these answers because
the house, you know where it was. You could still, that's how long did it take for him to walk to the car? That could also be answered. What points of entry could he have gotten into the house? I mean, we can still discuss that. I mean, we know what points. I've always kind of talked about the balconies as being a potential access point. But, you know, we can still discuss all of that without the actual house being there.
Yeah, again, this is them wanting to do their own investigation. I mean, that's a lot how the community is as well. The community wants to do their own investigation. They want to. They'd love to be boots on the ground out in Idaho, fucking, you know, have free reign of the house and figure this out on their own, right?
That's what they want.
They love
some of them.
Yeah.
My favorite person after. You know, respect to every single person and family. I could not even imagine what these people are going through, but the Chapins, dude, the mother, Ethan's mom has handled this so well. She handled it, and again, I couldn't imagine being in this position. I couldn't imagine being Steve Goncalves, you know what I mean, or his wife, or any of these parents. And I can only imagine because you want justice. If this is the guy, you know, you want to know as much as you can, but the mother of Ethan hasn't really taken that approach. You know, she's let the law enforcement kind of do what they wanted. She's given her points, and she's disagreed also with them, and she's made that public. But, you know, at some point it can be kind of looked at that some of the stuff that Steve has done, and again, complete respect to Steve Goncalves, and I like the guy. I think that he's passionate, and I can't even, again, imagine what he goes through, but there's been times where it would be horrible to be a police officer in this town and have that man all over the place on the national news saying this, that, and the other. It would be hard to be like, well, because some information that the parents, I'm sure, get, no one else can get. That's why lawyers are involved. They've been gagged on a lot of stuff. And then you have Steve on the news just kind of, and he did calm that down, but there were points, and especially early on, where this was getting wild.
I mean, that's the thing.
He fueled the internet stuff.
He gets it, but I mean, he is a grieving father that wants to know what 100%
happened. Respect with all of that. I can't imagine. But yeah,
I get it, and I understand. Like these questions, I understand these questions. Like, if I was in this situation, I would 100% be the same way. There's no doubt.
Yeah, 100%.
But
yeah,
being on the outside,
I would probably be more like Steve than not. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
that is true.
But
I'm looking at this objectively as someone looking at the case.
We're on the outside looking in, and you can see that, like, you can see how it doesn't make sense to, like I mean, these questions make sense, but there's no guarantee that these questions haven't already been answered, or the investigation has been. That's the thing is, the investigation has basically, I would say the investigation has been done. Maybe all the evidence hasn't been kind of combed through, but the investigation is done. I mean, that's why the house is gone. The investigation is done. That's the only evidence they had besides, you know, Kohberger's belongings, right? So maybe all that stuff they still have to go through, which I'm sure they've gone through 90% of it, if not all of it, right? Because I mean, they've had a long time. You know, piecing that stuff together and giving it over as discovery is a whole different ballgame, right? But I mean, the investigation in terms of like the house, the location, you know, these questions that they're asking right here, that stuff has been done.
Yeah, and a lot, even to that point, like on the opposite side, all the people that have the, you know, the deep analysis online, which again, I like reading it. Today was a really good example of that on Twitter. How many of these questions could potentially have been answered, you know? Like, we don't know yet is what's wild.
I mean, you kind of lean on the side of like, were they competent enough to answer all these questions that we have, or maybe some of these questions are just impossible to answer. We don't know. We haven't gone through them all yet, but yeah, let's just keep going.
See, number 3, is there audio evidence? What can you hear standing outside the house? What can you hear inside the house? And I'm sure those tests would probably have been made. Number 4, what was Xana's path in the house to pick up the DoorDash? Did she have to walk past different rooms? Could she have walked past BK? Where could he have been hiding?
I'm not sure how we would ever know that answer.
Yeah, that's just
any answer would be speculation.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Number 5, all the entry and exit
unless
points.
There's a witness, unless Dylan saw it happen or something.
What do you know, Dylan? We need answers now. All the entry and exit points in the home. How could you get in and out without anyone seeing you? That's from what we know, didn't happen. Where the deck's potential access points, since the decks and landscape features are very close to each other. 6, any biological evidence. Where was it located in the house? Any proximity to the victims? Was there any trail outside of biological evidence and its proximity to the house? Again, this is stuff really for the police. That you know what I mean. This is so this have already been answered.
These are questions that they were submitting to prevent.
Yeah, this was just dropped.
Like that one doesn't
last night, I believe.
make
or maybe
sense
it was the day
me.
before, but
I don't understand why that one's even included. I mean, obviously, the house has literally been cleaned out. Like, if there was any biological evidence, it's gone now, and the house was completely cleaned out.
Yeah,
there was all the furniture, everything would have taken out of that house,
ripped apart a long while ago. Actually,
any DNA that was in there at this point would have been a contaminated crime scene.
Yeah, it could have been anybody's DNA that was in there. It could have done anything. Yeah, you find out some blood that could have been a worker inside of there.
I mean, yeah, like so much has happened in this house since this incident. The investigation is the day or two after the incident, when they're actually, creating the crime scene. They're analyzing the crime scene. A year later, you're not going to get DNA evidence. I mean, you're thinking this is like some movie shit, right? Like you're just going to walk in there and just like happen to see a speck of blood and be like, nobody saw that. And fucking scrape it up and take it and get analyzed. And oh my God, it's this. You found a DNA match or something like that's.
Somebody earlier said, imagine if one of the buckets full of just debris, a knife fell out.
Yeah, I mean that's just not.
Well, that would be insane.
Yeah.
Let me see. Number 7, if the house itself was a target, which was the theory from the beginning, which is the supposed reason of the University of Idaho called off their campus-wide warning while BK was still not apprehended, why was the house a target? What are all the exit points to the property, the driveway configuration for a vehicle / enter-exit turnaround? 8, what are the vantage points of our other camera evidence pointed towards the house distant? This can still be answered.
It's so funny. These are all questions that would be answered. Yeah.
These are just a few things that the family has thought of, and no one seems to be able to answer about the King Road house. The question is,
what do you mean no one seems to be able to answer though? What do you mean
by that? We're not even that. We really aren't. And then they end it with, please get the trial scheduled. But we need to get to the trial to get some of these answers. They're not the jury, and they're not the executioners. And they're not the ones that are doing this investigation. They want to be all of that.
Yeah. The point is they want information. The gag order is preventing that. And
it sucks.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, it really
they're worried. Suck. They're just worried that this information maybe wasn't collected yet. So if it comes to trial and they find out that this information doesn't exist, then now the house is gone and you can't get that information anymore. It's gone. Right.
Yeah.
That's their concern.
And
which is understandable, I guess. Yeah.
To Shelley's point right here, law enforcement stating the public was safe from day one was total BS. One thing that I'm working on right now, I'm kind of going backwards and starting from the beginning. I'm about to start working on an Idaho series. There's a lot out the gate. I kind of see why the conspiracy and the wild stuff started floating in early, because they really didn't handle it in the first couple of days properly. The police, there was lies told from not only the police, but from the mayor. Whether you want to call them lies or just kind of like not wanting to scare anybody or white lie, whatever the hell you want to say, it didn't take long for people to realize that it was bullshit. And that has really affected them since day one of this thing. It's interesting, man. But at the end,
it is transparency is pretty important, and they lied.
It is with disappointment and frustration that we have to ask that for this publicly. The court in this matter has delayed long enough. The hearing for the challenges to the indictment were in October, and the court finally made a ruling in December. 45 days later, the court still has not made a ruling on the in-camera evidence that was presented on December 1st. So yeah, they're just really frustrated, and they're waiting on getting.
It also kind of sounds like they're worried about the prosecution. I mean.
They are. I think they are.
They're worried about the case. They're worried about the evidence that they have.
I think that's a fair assessment, honestly, because the trust that they have in the state, the actual prosecutors, Thompson, it doesn't seem like it's there. At least not with the Kernodle and Goncalves family.
Yep, they're not that confident.
The early quarter responses. I've been looking at some of that as well. Yeah, out the gate there was some stuff, some BS given to the public that has never really stopped the public from asking more questions. Like, wait a minute.
Yep.
This one's a weird one. No matter how you look at it, even if it didn't have some of that stuff with the lies, there's still enough weirdness, with the footage coming out of them walking from the club, with the grub truck stuff that, we've went over that endlessly, but I can still see how you can get swept up in that stuff. Well, I did get swept up in that stuff. What am I saying? It's easy done, but, and sadly, I think Goncalves and the Kernodles have been swept up in it as well. I think they need to take maybe a step back.
That's another thing, man. They're watching these channels.
Oh my God, I know.
They've been guests on some of these channels.
They've been guests.
It's that's probably not good.
It's wild, dude. This has been the craziest case in terms of the way it's been carried in mainstream media and then online, and then the way the actual victims, the families have been dispersed between all of it. Internet, mainstream media, you know what I mean? It's so crazy. It's interesting. Yeah, the trial is going to be fucking nuts, honestly. Poke Mom, 3 months. Look at me. A groupie for 3 months. I love it. Hell yeah.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Poke Mom. Shelly, you're awesome too.
Happy anniversary.
She's been super cool.
I personally can't wait for trial. I want to hear information. I want so much.
God, this trial's going to be so interesting once we actually start getting anything else, man.
I don't know if we're going to have cameras or audio or what. If not, I'm going to be reading articles. Like I'm going to be deep on that one because
we're going to be covering that one. Hopefully there will be cameras where we can do it as live as possible. But we were going to be on top of that one for sure. I'm sure Jay's going to be on top of that one as well.
Hey, Russ is coming through. What's up, Russ?
Oh shit! What's up, Russ? How you doing, brother? Russ, old school G.
Very cool.
Crime Diva, how you doing? Coming through here. I'm excited that you're here too. Hell yeah! Love my cult. Welcome, one of us. One of us. Love it.
Respect my house.
Love it.
It's gonna be such a huge trial. Everybody's gonna be reporting on it. My Twitter feed is gonna be filled with every moment of this trial. I mean, it's gonna be insane.
One thing I'm about to do.
Yeah, I think cameras are going to be allowed, right? I've heard that at some point.
I'm going to get some information for you guys so you guys know exactly how you can win the murder truck van. 1 second. This thing's awesome. I can't get over it. So I made a post earlier. Everybody was getting excited about it. First of all, again, you're going to want to make sure that you're following on Kick. That's just, that's when the actual prize will be given away. It will be given away on our Kick channel. And I'm also going to say this. It's going to be given away within the first hour. So I'm not going to make you guys hang out all night long to get it. Because, it's going to be a later type of show.
Right. That would be brutal.
That would be brutal. So it'll be pretty quick. But it will be on Kick. It will be on the Twilight Zone marathon, so you're going to want to be on there to at least see what's happening, because if you're not in the chat once we do have a winner, who knows what's going to happen. So you're going to want to be on there. But here's what I'm about to do right now. I'm about to make a post.
Am I allowed to enter? Because I want that van myself.
Dude, yes, I know. Me too.
You never showed it either.
Oh, give me 1 second. Doing this in real time.
We're coming through. Seeing a lot of faces I haven't seen in a minute. Especially like Russ. I haven't seen him in so long.
I haven't seen Russ in a while. Yeah,
seen
Russ
a lot of
is
names.
an old school dude coming through here.
Thank you guys for popping through on this Idaho episode. There's going to be a lot more of these in the future. Probably not till summer, though, right? At least. What is it? Summer prediction for
That's
trial?
what they're predicting, but I don't think that's even going to happen, dude. Honestly,
Be even longer than that.
as slow as this shit's going, man. All right, here's the beginning, guys. So here's what I'm going to do first. So to get entered in this thing, what you truly have to do, I'm making this post. I haven't even sent it out yet. Retweet this post to be entered in the Murder Church contest to win this sweet van. Of course, tag Tayo Toys, the creator and maker of this. Make sure you're following him just for his sweet-ass videos. Defense Diaries and Jay is on here too because their logos are on here and they're part of the fucking team. But I'm also going to be making this post on Facebook. If you're not following Publicly Buzzed on Facebook, if you share on that platform, okay, I'm going to be keeping notes. If you share on that platform, you will be entered into the contest. If you share on Twitter X, you will be entered into the contest. And please make sure that you are at least following on Kick. It's not a must, but you're going to want to be in that chat. Again, if you're not in there, it's going to be kind of useless. So, and just to preference again, it's easy to download the app, guys. It's in your app store, Publicly Buzz. It's super easy to get. We're going to be watching Twilight Zone all night into the new year. But yeah.
Oh, you haven't posted it yet, have you?
No, I haven't posted it yet.
Oh, I was looking for it. I was like, I'm trying to get my retweet in.
One more thing. I just want to make sure I'm not missing one thing. Hold on. Should have set this up beforehand, but...
Hey, Gail, thank you. Gifting 1 membership to Candace.
Holy shit, Gail.
Very cool.
Let's go. Weird combo.
That was a combo. Actually, Light did it work. That was pretty good.
Okay, let me see. Repost on X. Share on Facebook. Oh, there is one more thing, too. Okay, to get entered in this, you can also... I thought I was forgetting one thing. Also, let me get back here so I can see everything. Any stream, okay? This stream tonight, Feral Friday stream, Murder Church Sunday, any of those streams, if you leave a comment below that video, that will also get you entered into this contest.
Very cool.
So I'm going to be looking for names. I'm going to be looking for shares on Facebook and Twitter. You guys are going to want to be in this, okay? So I'm about to share this out. I will admit, I haven't done this on Facebook. I'm going to do on Facebook immediately after this. This is going live right now. Boom.
Boom.
So that is the post. That is the contest. That one right there. I won't be making any more. That's the one. But yeah, comments underneath all live videos will also get you entered in the chat.
I got my retweet in. My repost.
If I add you to my MySpace top 8, do I get entered? Yes, that also
So
gets
good,
you entered into this contest.
Well, shit, there's not a fucking... Actually, Stevie, you're probably in my MySpace top 8, so give me an entry.
Damn, you're in it. You're in it, baby. By the way, the van also has the JBN and Defense Diaries logo. Yes.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And
Cool.
also, let me hit this. Gail gifted on a membership. Candace, I'm glad Candace got that. Candace, welcome in here. Hell yes. Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay.
I saw Jay ask
Don't blame you, Jen.
favorite Twilight Zone episode, and I'm going with the one where
Whoa, my thing's going quick. Whoa.
the guy loves to read books, and then the world ends. And
That
then he
one's a
finds the
great one.
library.
That was a great one.
That is
And
probably my favorite.
I'm glad you said that, Dan. Any Twilight Zone fans, give me your favorite episodes. Email them to me, publiclybuzzed@gmail.com. Send them to me on Twitter. Send them to me on Facebook. That could be your comment underneath these videos. Let me know what you want to see. All right? I'm a huge Twilight Zone fan. Me and Dan used to watch the... dude, I think they still do those marathons on Soft. I think they're doing it this year. I'm competing with that marathon.
We watch them all the time.
Dude.
Another good one is the one with the kid who could like create things with his mind.
And he would put people in the
cornfield. That one was
cornfield.
so fucking creepy, dude.
Put people in the cornfield.
Yep.
Bro. My favorite episode, are you ready for this? Dude, oh yeah, we already got 9 retweets. Get in there, guys. I love it. Let's go. Okay. My favorite episode ever. Do you remember the one when it's the old man? He lives with his wife, you know, they're in the country. He's hunting. He's got his hound dog with him. How does it go? He dies, okay? I don't think he knows he's dead yet. Or no, he does know he's dead. Okay, yeah. He ends up, he drowns, I think, when he was going fishing. Something like that. However, he ended up passing away. His ghost or his spirit ends up going back to the house. He ends up realizing that his wife can't see him, right? And he actually watches her mourn that he's not coming back, that he dies. He's like, well, I guess I better head down the road. He starts heading down the road, and then he starts coming upon multiple heavens, right? He comes across this gate, and it's somebody at the gate saying, hey, this is heaven. Come on in. Come on in. This is heaven. Sure, I don't mind if I do. He's like, but that hound dog can't come in here. You can't bring your dog in. This is anybody knows me knows I love this too. I love dogs so much. You can't bring that dog in here. He's like, well, I guess if my hound dog ain't welcome, I ain't welcome either. I'm going to keep walking up the road. Comes on up another little bit. It happens again. I think this happens multiple times. And every time there's something going along, he's trying to entice him with whatever. But that dog can't come until he gets down to the end of the road. And then there's another angel and another gate. And he says, I think he ends it, and he says, don't even worry about it. If my dog can't come, I don't even want to go. He said, what do you mean? Why would your dog not be welcome? This is heaven. And his dog's allowed to come in. That's my favorite episode. I
remember that one too. And that one is so sweet. Yeah.
I love it. I love a lot. Do you remember the one with the devil that they trap the devil in like this prison?
I do. Yeah.
And he's trying to like convince him to let him out, like the guard. Bro.
Jay just blew my mind. The guy from the one that I mentioned, the one that where he reads the books. That's Mickey from Rocky.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Or Mick from Rocky. Yeah.
Rock.
Like I can see it now because I can picture that guy, the guy from Twilight Zone's face so well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see like he's just much older, and then he's Mick. Yeah, I can totally see it. It's crazy.
That's a great actor. He was in lots of cool stuff too. Yeah, dude. Adam Malone coming through here.
Come on,
Pre-roll on me, boys. Thank you very much, dude. He's been awesome all day on old Twitter.
Dude, he kills it on Twitter. God, he kills it on Twitter.
He really does. If you're not following Adam on Twitter, you done fucked up because he's a good one on there to follow, man.
Yeah, post his link because man, dude, if you don't, you need to because he is
one
of the best creators on Twitter. It's at Adam Malone, ATOM. Yeah, there you go.
Right there. Get that man a follow. And if you're not familiar with the Cletus stuff,
very good content.
He's hilarious also. But yeah,
and he's growing fast.
Like, he is, yeah.
Cletus was I mean, I was surpassed him in followers at one point. Like he probably had 200 or 300 when I was at 400, and then he just fucking. I haven't even hit 500 yet. But I mean, I don't do anything on there, but hit 1,000 like in the last 2 months or something. He's got that
quick.
Like he's blown up, and it's amazing.
Quick,
it's so good to see because his content is so good. He
it's
also
hilarious.
has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's also, but not only is he hilarious, dude, he's actually like witty as fuck. Like, man, that's
what makes it good,
bro. God, it's quick.
I love it because it's just that like a parody humor, right? He's parroting a lot of the shit that you see on Twitter, and
exactly, and how often
he also
it cuts so close.
He's smart with it, exactly.
He's smart with it. Like, yeah. He's a good one, guys. You definitely want to give Adam a follow for sure. And he's all, he's on a lot of he covers multiple different things throughout the day, but he's all over Idaho as well. So, I mean, but yeah. Hold on, let me go back to. Hell yeah, 18 retweets on this thing so far. Hell yeah, that's awesome, guys. That is what
that's a good looking van. I mean, I want it myself. Fuck. I'm afraid that if I did win it, that I would have to give it up because I feel like it's unfair.
I want it too.
But I want it myself.
Too. Heather, what's up? Thank you for coming in here. Yeah. Art with Viv gonna pour through here also.
Oh yeah.
God, we got the crowd in here tonight. Yeah, and one thing I'm going to say, you know, if you guys are familiar with Publicly Buzzed, you know that we started this channel out cutting our teeth on Idaho. That was the first case we really went hard into, you know, and
man, when this trial happens, we're going to be all over it.
yeah, I may know the most about this case than anything else. So
me too. I definitely do. Yeah.
So again,
I know more about this case than any other. I mean, that's why you'll see me be more Actually, I think I'm more active about this case. Like, you know, speaking, like I'll speak on it, but I'm also like, I feel like I'm a little bit, I don't know. I'm like, there's like an issue that I have with it, with the community when it comes to this case.
I know.
So like, I'm a little reserved when I talk to people about this case.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different feel. It's weird.
In the way I'm trying to come honestly it is a completely different field than any other case.
Yeah.
I honestly say you have the true crime community, and the Idaho 4 community is its own thing almost inside. It's like a subgenre of true crime. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because there's so like, and I get it. Like, the one thing I am working on doing right now,
tainted to me, in my opinion. Like, it's kind of been tainted.
It can be very tainted in a lot of ways if you really deal with the wrong people who are at the forefront of the case, sadly.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to honestly have open conversations with everybody, man. That's why I said all opinions are welcome, because I know this thing can go either way. And I don't think that, you know, anybody should be pigeonholed into any idea. And I think that's part of the problem. You're either for or against. There's no one can question anything. All right. That's going to stop today in the Idaho 4 community. Like, that's silly
Just
as hell.
don't get upset if we don't jump on your idea. If you know, you're trying to push it in chat and we don't read it or read it out loud or put, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I've seen that, you know, people will be like, why are they not hearing me? Why are they not seeing me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, there's just so much. There's too much to this case. It's so a lot, man. It's a lot.
So much, man. I'm excited to dive back in. And again, guys, keep your eyes out. I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks to have the first episode of the Idaho 4 series that I'm working on. Again, I'm going in chronological order from front to back. And we're going to go along. I mean, again, I'm putting in work on this, so keep an eye out on that. I will say this is going to be one of the first things that I do this with, okay? I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row on a lot of this stuff. I've been doing a lot more Patreon and members-only content. This Idaho series will be released one day early for Patreon and members only. It's actually going to happen. I'm the worst at that. I'm always like, they're going to get videos first. I never end up doing it. I just release it. This one is for sure one day earlier for Patreon and members, and all the members here are going to get that along with the Patreon people. It's all going to happen at the same time. Just for being the best, just for being amazing, quite frankly. So that's something personal that I'm trying to get better at, is getting content, you know, for members here on YouTube and Patreon. Like, I feel like that's one thing I don't do the best at. So, but the Idaho series is going to be coming one day early, every single episode, to those fine folks. So I'm excited about it, and I can get like a little bit of a vibe from these folks too, to let me know if they like it, hate it. Yeah. So it'll be cool. It's going to be good stuff. In the chat, did y'all get your tickets to the Crime Con yet? No, I have not. Hopefully, I can.
Are they going out? Because if they're going out, maybe we missed the boat.
Hopefully, we end up with a table at Crime Con. Doubtful, but
tickets. Yeah. Cool. No, we didn't do tickets. I guess tickets will kind of be. Well, I don't know. We got to play the field. Like,
I'm sneaking in with Bob carrying his luggage. I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about. If I don't get in with a table, I'm going to be carrying Bob's shit.
I did look at
I'm his roadie.
Man. Prices are kind of crazy.
Yeah, hopefully
you know how much it costs?
Huh?
You know how much it costs? It's very expensive.
Is it really crazy?
I think like the lowest tier is like $150 or something. Like all access is like $500 or some shit. It's insane.
I'm hoping we can get in. We're Defense Diaries roadies.
I may be over exaggerating. I do know that the lowest tier was like $150 though. The high tier is like, it's at least like $400. Like, it's not. It may not be $500, but it's damn close. It's kind of insane. I'm actually going to look it up because
I was
guys. was very surprised when I saw it.
Get on that kick link for sure. I'm telling you. Sunday night's going to be fun as hell. Yeah, man. Kaylin's got a Funko Pop out here. I know. I think I retweeted that.
I saw her say something about an action figure.
It's pretty cool.
A Funko Pop is not an action figure, by the way, Kaylin. That is fucking cool, though. Wow. That's legit.
It looks legit. Receipt
That is
queen.
insane. Wow. That's so fucking cool.
Looks really good.
Get one of those made for us.
Let's
That
get
would be
one of those
amazing.
going.
God, I would feel like I made it. If you got a Funko Pop made of me and Steve, that would be great.
Damn, we up to 24 retweets on this thing. Let me go ahead and post this on Facebook also for the Facebook folks. And I think it was Jen in there that said she didn't do Facebook. I get it. Facebook is the freaking worst. I post all content, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. I post all of that. Facebook refuses to push any, I get a like, one like. It's like 400, 500 people that follow us. It makes no sense.
I actually underplayed it, Stevie. The standard ticket is $379. That's the base.
Okay.
The gold VIP is already sold out. Can't even get those anymore.
Wow.
The platinum is $1,700.
Yeah, I'm for sure.
The standard, the base level is $380.
Yeah, I'm for sure.
I don't know what's happening. I did not expect this shit to be this expensive. I gotta be honest. Oh my goodness, what just happened? Shelly coming in with the 5 months, woot woot, and then also gifting 5 memberships.
Holy shit.
Read them out, Steve.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Our
Who
boy
we
Adam
got?
got one. He got the first one.
Adam alone got one out the gate. Russ got one. Hell yeah. Dave Umbarger got
yep.
one. Heather X coming through here got one. Love that you came through here also, Heather. Thank you. And SRB got one. Hell yeah.
Very, very cool.
Beers in the chat, guys. Beers in the chat. That's what I like to fucking see. Let's go. We got a lot of amazing people here that come through, guys. If you don't have your gifts turned on, make sure that you turn those on. Thanks again. That's absolutely awesome as hell. Wow, Shelly. You're amazing.
We have a good time.
That was awesome.
What did Kaylin say? She's going to work on it. That would be fucking amazing. Oh my God. If she actually somehow got us Funko Pops made, oh God. I would forever be in debt.
Share this post.
That would be too
Enter the
cool.
Murder Church contest. Phil, is this Toyo Toys with 4.8K followers on Facebook? Is that you?
I'm sure, right?
I
Gotta
bet
be.
so.
You
I'm
don't
tagging
follow
you
him?
if so. If not, it's going to be weird.
Yeah, Phil Foss? No, he's got 1.5K.
There's a guy named Toyo Toys, same name.
It's TYO Toys,
Yeah.
not Toyo.
I'm saying it wrong, but it's the same name.
TYO? His at is TYOTOYS.
Yeah, all I do, hold on. Just make sure I get the right one. TYO Toys, it shows 4.8K followers. It can't be, it's yellow and red. I don't think it's the same one.
No, it's not him. Phil Foss.
But it is the same
TYO.
name. I'll show you.
TYO. Yeah, show us. This is crazy. Huh. That's not the ad, though. It can't be, because you can't have the same ad as somebody, right?
I mean, that's it.
That is very...
Wrong guy.
Do it again, at TYO. What is going on? That is very odd, right? That's not normal. You follow him, don't you?
I don't use really Facebook like that, honestly.
Oh, Facebook. My bad. I thought you were talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit might be different on Facebook. I don't know. I thought you were on Twitter.
That would have
my
been
bad.
some shit. Somebody's taking that shit.
That is my bad.
Oh, that's it. Damn it.
Okay, so that is it. Okay.
Hold on. Let me edit it. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. You got some numbers. Do you get any kind of traction whatsoever on there? I don't get shit. I see Bob gets traction on Facebook. I don't think Jay gets much traction on there either.
Yeah, Bob had he had something recently that was like Facebook only, I think, didn't he? I swear I saw him tweet out something about his Facebook
I know he's got
group.
the group too, and maybe there's
Yeah.
something to that. We don't have a group, but
Which I bet, with the podcast and stuff, that probably works better because not everybody's got pretty much everybody's got Facebook. Not everybody has Twitter. So if you got a podcast, maybe Facebook is the better thing to push. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I just hate Facebook because they don't actually. I
It's
can't get no traction on there.
Well, I think the thing about Facebook is building like an actual community. It's not about
Maybe.
like
It might be because
it's
he's
not about
got the group
getting
right?
out there. It's just about like people who actually truly follow you.
Yeah. Which I mean, I honestly, I'm a big Twitter guy. Like I'm way more into the Twitter side of
Which I mean,
this
YouTube's
stuff.
kind of the same way too. YouTube's kind of doesn't push you either. Very
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard for sure.
Twitter is the only ones where you can really get mass views on Twitter and TikTok. You can get mass
Yeah, TikTok
views on
is still pretty real too.
Twitter's
honestly-
better because you can have like you can say things.
Honestly,
You can-
Facebook and YouTube are very, very similar in the way that they like to restrict people and restrict speech. And I feel like that too many people got famous
Yeah.
early on, and they are trying to actually restrict that now. Luckily, Twitter completely flipped the script with the way they run shit now and are letting anybody do whatever they want. And TikTok never really had any rules like that. And I feel like they truly push people. Like they really want people to be able to get out there. Where Facebook and YouTube are way more like entertainment media driven, Hollywood driven. Maybe that's not the word, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Well, they're trying to reduce the amount of millionaires that are in America.
absolutely. That's you just said what I took 2 minutes to say in one sentence.
Like, I mean, it's kind of insane. Like the amount of
That's
millionaires
exactly
in
what they're
America in the last 20 years is exploded, right?
That's exactly what they're doing, dude.
You don't have to be a tech guru to make money anymore. You just got to make some content.
Yep.
You don't have to get into Hollywood to be an actor anymore. You just make some content on the internet. It's kind of insane, actually. It's become so accessible that almost anybody can do it as long as you got a little bit of skill and you got the right idea. You can blow up. I mean, it's happened over and over again. And looks are so important.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
look at OnlyFans. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Look at the big people on
millionaires
Twitter.
that's created.
I mean, on TikTok with the what are they? The fucking
The
avatar
NPC
shit.
streams, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The new shit on
it's
Twitch.
unbelievable. America. You know what's funny too about that is America is they're trying very hard to be inclusive, right? Well, I should say we. I say they. We are trying very hard to be inclusive and non-prejudice, right?
Mhm.
Very hard as possible. Yet there's new ways to be prejudice is these types of streams. The OnlyFans stuff, like only the super attractive people are really getting those millions of dollars. Same with those TikTok streams. Only the attractive
Well, I will
people
say
are
this.
getting
I will
those.
actually push back on that a little bit. TikTok, their lives are kind of crazy. There's tons of those hot people.
Yeah.
They do have some fucking weird people that go out of their way to look
Mm-hmm.
insane. I guess maybe it pops off the screen.
I do think it's easier.
There
Yeah.
is there is a little bit of something going on TikTok.
I
that's
think
slightly
it's
different.
easier for like a regular person that's just like eccentric to make it to
Right.
make some money off of what they're doing, but it's still geared towards that.
Yeah, 100%.
always gonna be.
That's the tell throughout history and
Yeah, I
time.
mean, that's just something that everybody needs to accept. But that's what I was saying. It's like America's trying to steer away from that. They're trying to, and you're never going to. There's always gonna
Happy
be a way.
anniversary. Happy anniversary.
10
I'll be right back
months?
though.
I can't recall a case where a house
Oh
was
wow,
torn down
strict
before
with 10
trial.
months.
Yeah, 10 months is unbelievable.
Happy anniversary.
Wow, Strychnine, killing it out here. Got to get the OnlyFans.
Yeah, but can you recall a case where they actually went back to the house during or after the trial?
Was it Bob earlier? He made a cool tweet that was basically, he named off a couple of, if you want to put a house into a crime scene, but you know what I mean? What was the one with the owl where they were trying to say the owl killed the lady? I believe that was one.
I know what you're
Peterson.
talking. I didn't watch any of that, but I know what you're talking about.
I think that they went back to that house.
Oh, did they?
If you count Daryl Brooks, they went and looked at the car last year that ran into those people. And then of course, Murdoch earlier this year, they got to go and look at Moselle.
So it does happen.
It does happen. And earlier I learned something in real time, and I mean, that's why I love actually doing this and being completely open. I was honestly under the impression that the jury, after the Moselle and Murdoch stuff, I was under the impression that the jury had asked for that and were just granted it. But and it makes complete sense that that's not how it would be. And,
yeah, because I mean, the jury has no power. They're
right,
literally just observers. Yeah.
So and I was in real time on Twitter earlier, and I was asking the professionals. I was asking Bob and Joe, and I was like, can you guys weigh in on this? I believe it was a conversation with Adam actually, and I did. I was convinced. I was thinking the Murdoch stuff. I was like, they asked, they got to go because they wanted to, but that was not the case. It was because I believe the defense asked in that situation.
Yeah.
So it'd be the defense or the prosecutors asking is the reason, and that makes total sense. But I like being that open, and for me learning in real time. You know what I mean? Like, it's super intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Because now I know that.
You have to be so careful with that though, because man, I swear, Twitter is just like people just want to fight.
Oh God, they love it.
So like, if you're wrong, they will fucking like they will. It's almost like they're yelling at you.
Even if you're having like a decent conversation.
I just happened. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Bro.
Like, why are you going so hard on me?
Yeah, dude, it's like this big aha! I can't believe. Like, all right, like that's what I'm trying to make more normal every single day is being wrong and accepting it.
I think people read it.
Jesus Christ.
You're reading it in your own head, and they're literally reading it in a violent tone.
They are, dude. Yeah, they're like, and they take some stuff so personally.
For real.
And I'm guilty of this too. I'm 100% guilty of this. I've freaked out on there multiple times. And I will say this. If I fuck up, I try to apologize, and I try to go back and make it right. I really do. And dude, that's one of my biggest things in this
on Twitter,
in this entire community. Is that we all have to be together in this. We all have to embrace. We can't be fighting each other over these cases. Opinions are amazing, and they're differing basically between every single human being. Like,
man, you should watch the. Have you seen? There's that new Netflix movie. Oh no, I've done forgot what it's called. I watched it literally the other day. Give me 2 seconds.
Hey, to everyone's
Leave
point in
the
here,
world behind.
Watching that documentary, I thought the owl did it. I was convinced. Like, and if you look up owls, they do attack randomly, and the talons, dude, the markings in her skull looked like talons had ripped her fucking head. I'm sorry, the owl is guilty.
Leave the World Behind on Netflix is pretty decent. The ending
I've heard
kind of
that's
sucks.
good.
The ending kind of sucks in my opinion, but it's a decent movie.
Oh, it's a movie. I was about to say, is it a show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
I've heard people say that's basically like that's what's predicting, like that's what's coming, right? Like,
dude, yeah. I mean, like we were just talking about Twitter, how everybody's fighting each other. Like that's what they dive into that. But holy shit, dude! Talking about endings of stuff, I just watched the Goosebumps series on Disney, and the last 2 episodes have got to be the worst. The 9th episode wasn't like the end of the world, like it was okay, it's still okay. Jay said the movie was trash. Of course he did. But the 9th episode wasn't like the end of the world. The 10th episode it's literally the worst ending I've ever seen for probably anything in my life. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, dude. Like, this show, the show was decent up until the last episode.
Went too far.
It's just like, and it's 10 episodes. It's one season. Like, it's not like, Game of Thrones where they had 7 seasons to shit the bed. 10 episodes. On the 10th episode, they just completely went crazy with it.
Oh my God.
Off the rails. Like,
what show was
blew
that?
my mind. I was so mad and frustrated. Huh?
What show was that?
Goosebumps on Disney.
Oh, okay.
I was so fucking mad, dude. Like, 10 episodes, dude. On the 10th episode, it just turned into pure garbage. Just like that, man. It's crazy. Like the 9th episode, it was starting to go downhill. Like you could see it.
Oh God!
But it wasn't.
The energy.
It wasn't the end of the world. It was like, okay, they could save this probably. And then fucking 10th episode, literally like the worst ending. I'm pretty sure I could say confidently it's the worst ending I've ever seen to any TV show or any kind of film, period, in my life. It was fucking awful.
Wow, that's strong words.
Like the show wasn't like amazing, but it was you could watch it. It was decent enough to watch.
Yeah.
Through that ending.
Sometimes I like shit shows like that. I'm not gonna
That
lie. Like
ending
sometimes
was
a
so
shitty
bad,
show is
man.
like super digestible. I don't know. Like
I couldn't deal. Like I was mad as
yes.
shit earlier watching it. I was so mad.
I'd love to Goosebumps, dude. There was if you were going to the Scholastics Fair and you didn't get a Goosebumps book,
God,
you were
dude, the
fucking
Goosebumps
lame
books
as
were
hell.
so good.
Are you kidding
man.
me?
They were
kidding me?
so good.
I was poor as hell too, boy. But
We
I
had
made
them-
sure my granny had enough
Dude.
loot to get at least one Goosebumps book,
We
bro.
had a fucking bookshelf in the hallway. You remember that?
I did have a lot,
We had
that's
like
true.
several Goosebump books.
Those were all from Scholastics.
We would
book
fucking
fair.
literally sit down as kids and read those bitches.
Yeah, dude. They creep
Like-
me out too.
That's not something that we like did in our later years. Like we
No.
would, as kids, read books. Like our grandmother I don't know if she made us, but that's just like they were there and they were cool. They had cool covers.
I don't think she made us. No.
Yeah, but they had cool covers like we wanted to, which is so weird. I'm not a book reading guy. Never have been.
Yeah,
Except for, like, when I was that like young like that.
Yeah, I've read a fair amount of books in my life, but I never can get into the mode of just having a book going at all times. I
No.
can't do that. Like,
And they were short. They were like kids.
My
books.
fiance loves books, dude. She reads all the time.
Yeah.
I just can't get in that mode.
My wife
Like,
can't. She hates reading so much. Oh my
Really?
God, she hates reading. Dude, it's like
that's
she
all
gets
Cassie
mad.
does. She
She
reads,
gets mad reading.
literally only reads. Actually,
But yeah,
Like,
Goosebumps was the shit.
basically. My big thing right now is just all the stuff that I put into the true crime. It makes it hard for the extra time, but I need to make some time because there's books out there I actually do want to enjoy and read.
Yeah, I remember we had some choose your own adventure stuff too. Those were cool.
Those are cool. Yeah, I like the idea.
I couldn't tell you which ones we had or which one. We maybe only had one. I can only think of one instance where I did one. Maybe it was like a Goosebumps, or it was like one of those types of books. I don't know.
I am not T-Pain. Yes, there's a pretty shitty show that I watch on Shudder called Creep Show, and it doesn't have the greatest actors, but it's always so
Yeah,
they
Creep Show's
remade
amazing.
Creep Show as a TV show on Shudder. I watch this too.
Oh,
I'm
the
not
Shudder
T-Pain.
version. I see. Okay.
It's very low budget, but fuck, and it feels like every season they get a little bit more money.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it's awesome. It has the old vibe to it, like, but it's cheap. Sometimes the monster effects aren't the greatest, and you can see through them. But man, I love that show. I love the vibe of it. Like, I'm not T-Pain nailed that. Like,
Kaylin, my wife's Christmas presents were entirely kitchen related, and I know that kind of sounds terrible because I've actually after I realized, I was like, this is kind of shitty. But you know what? It was like stuff in her Amazon cart, and it was something she specifically requested for, so I don't feel that bad about it. She loves to cook, so
and Annabelle does love to cook, man.
I think I only feel bad about it because like I would hate to get gifts like that, but I'm not a cook, so.
Mrs. Kelly, all you need to do is if you download this app and then you put our name in the search, you should pop our channel up, and that night when we go live, you should get an email saying that we're live and should just be able to jump right in there on your phone.
I know you're probably winding down, but I cannot wait any longer. I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, go ahead. You're good. Just chilling here for a little bit longer. I just kind of wanted to go over this and honestly prepare people for what's coming here with Publicly Buzzed, with some of the Idaho stuff that's going to be coming down the pike. Again, a series is coming out. Thank you all for being here tonight and hanging out. Again, leave a comment below any of the streams coming up before Sunday night. That includes this one, Fail Friday, or Murder Church. Leave a comment below. Let me know what your favorite Twilight Zone episode is. That is one way to enter the contest for the incredible Murder Church van brought to us by Tayo Toys. I feel like I'm always messing it up. But from Phil, my boy Phil. Other way is that you can go right here and retweet this. I just posted it. 28 retweets already. That's 28 individuals that want this van, guys. Also posted on Facebook. If you follow Publicly Buzzed on Facebook, that is another way to be entered. Shares, and then, of course, the comments below. Yes. Woo! We do it, baby. We do it. And join us on Patreon. More and more content is coming to Patreon, and everybody will get on Patreon, and members here, all the new members that just got membered up tonight will get the Idaho series episodes one day early. 9 a.m. Sunday mornings. Tomorrow, I don't think Dan's going to be here tomorrow night, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I think he's got something going on with his wife. So I got to figure out what the hell's going on tomorrow. Keep an eye out on everything. I need to read more audiobooks, actually, guys. I got Cassie at like a bear clock. Like it's like a clock that looks like a bear. A few other things as well, but she loves bears. I was just promoting a little bit more here before the weekend, and a little bit more on the Murder Church van.
Very cool.
Yeah. Keep your eyes on
Stevie
it.
still hasn't gotten his Christmas present, and I haven't gotten mine from them.
Dude, I
because
know.
he busted his knee.
Bro, I know, man. Like, I've got to get my awesome gift to Dan, which only I think Jay and Mandy knows about. There's a few others in the chat that may know about it too. But that's going to be cool. I got to get that over there today. And I messed my knee up taking a picture of a kitty. It was worth it. It was not worth it. There we go. Carrie's getting in there with a Facebook share.
Action shots.
Love it. Thank you guys so much. Oh, yes, the Murder Church beanies are flying off the shelves. Everybody's rocking Murder Church beanies. Love that. Let me post a link for that, actually, too, just because you guys are freaking awesome. There's tons of new merch, but the Murder Church beanie in particular has been a hot seller. And I wear mine about every single day. Bob Mata just got his as well. Candace is currently reading Carrie Rawson's book. Nice. Carrie Rawson, friend of the show.
Oh.
Kalen making a kid work out here for his Christmas gifts.
That's cool. So it's like an Easter egg hunt then.
Like it. Hell yeah. Well, guys, you guys are amazing. Dan, you're not here tomorrow night, right? You off tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow. Tomorrow's the old lady's birthday.
Okay.
We're gonna hang out. Don't want to
Dan's
abandon
off
her.
tomorrow. Just keep an eye on everything tomorrow, guys. I don't know what I'll do. I might go on Kick and watch a movie or something. I don't know. But I may come on live YouTube. I may do YouTube first and then go to Kick. Who knows? Keep an eye on Twitter and all the socials and YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll see what's happening. But as soon as this stream ends, make sure you drop a comment of your favorite Twilight Zone episodes. And that could be from the 50s. That could be from the 80s. That could be from the new season. That could be from the movie. If you like the movie, let me know. You ever seen the 80s ones? The TV show? The ones from the 80s?
What are you talking about?
The Twilight Zone?
Yeah, for sure.
They're
I
good.
think so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They did like random
Positive
seasons
I've
in the
seen some of
80s.
them. Yeah, I'm positive I've seen some of them. I probably haven't seen all of them because the ones they used to marathon were the old ones, right? On Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
I swear I've seen all of those.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I
Definitely. There's no way we have it, bro.
haven't. Yeah.
No way.
But the 80 ones, there's possible I missed some. I'm not sure.
Do you know why I was addicted to watching those? Was in the off chance, and it did happen randomly, that you would see one that didn't ring a bell.
Yeah, that you didn't know. Yeah.
You'd be like, I've seen this one. And you'd still watch it. But
Yep.
like every once in a while, you'd be like,
Yeah, because they were all very good. So you wanted to see it. You wanted to catch them all.
I couldn't imagine actually being able to have the privilege to, first of all, have a television set at that time period and be able to watch that.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
mean, if we
wild
had,
to watch that in the 50s.
oh my God, that would be crazy. Yeah, watching them as like in the time period.
Bro.
Wow. Yeah.
Like those are deep. Like,
yeah.
CH Steve audiobook The Five: The Untold Stories of the Women Killed by Jack the Ripper. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, Kaylin's already got the stuff flowing for us to get Funko Pops. I hope it happens.
The Road Less
That'd be
Traveled.
dope.
Which one is that one?
That one sounds familiar, actually.
Oh, that one's from 86. Here we go. Jeff's life is haunted by flashes of Vietnam War. Haunted by a man in a wheelchair, he begins to regret the choices he made in his past. There we go, Jersey Jen. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And I have all the 80s ones, and we may do a cool little mix and pop in some 80s ones, too, on that night.
Yeah, I'm not sure. May have seen that one, but I'm not sure.
Now, those are harder for me to remember because I haven't watched just, you know what I mean? Every single year on Sci-Fi, like clockwork. And I'm pretty sure they still do it. Which is pretty cool if you think about it.
Yeah, it's a tradition at this point.
Okay. I like the one where the old guy can pulse time with his stopwatch. Okay. I don't remember that one right off. But it kind of rings a bell.
That's the thing, too. It's been such a long time that it would be cool to watch them again.
Devil in the White City. You're right. I mean, they're all great. They're so freaking good. So freaking good.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Got the contest over. Been plugging the shit out of stuff. Happy New Year. Yeah, we're about to enter the new year, folks. Yeah. Love you guys. Everybody that's on board with us and has grown with us this year, amazing. You guys are unbelievable. Let's keep growing into 2024 and see what we can do here. It's been a wild ride so far, so I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what another year holds for. A year ago, this was not a thing, so been pretty interesting. Kind of stopwatch.
What?
Old episode with a guy who had no mouth. Was that the one where the kid took his mouth? Oh shit! Kaylin's getting something made.
I think I see somebody like messaging me right now about getting them made. This is crazy.
Oh really? Someone's already contacted you?
Yeah.
Shit. Kaylin's setting it up.
Oh my! Can you? I didn't know. People can just make Funko Pops. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh my god, this is amazing. I can't give any details away, but this is dope.
Also, let me.
Wheels are in motion.
I went to my email here, and about an hour ago, we got $10 in the Cash App here.
Oh,
This is from Ayana. Ayana, I think I'm saying that right. Thank you so much. $10 from First. Thank you so much. She sent some loot in the past too. That's fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Say? She just said, sent you $10 for First.
Oh, for the first? Like the first of the year?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Very cool.
That's cool as hell. That's awesome. I always forget to look into that into the Cash Apps and the Venmos and all that too. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. I don't believe so.
Yeah, True Compass Podcast is in here.
Just this a better picture.
You said you know. You already know. You already know, Steve.
Look at this. It's so nice.
That is so fucking cool.
Bro.
Honestly, that is so cool.
You want to win this thing? Huh?
I really do.
Damn.
I really do.
Damn.
Like I said, even if I'm entered because I retweeted it, but if I win it, I'm gonna have to give it up. I'm just gonna tell Steve to pick another winner. If it really did land on me, which it's not going to, that would never happen.
And make sure you're following Phil also. Let me put his link in here. This is the fucking man of the plan, the guy making this shit happen.
Honestly, I want it so bad.
But yeah, make sure you're following this dude. First of all, his videos that he puts together from the week's end with all the content creators in true crime are always amazing. He's so thoughtful. He's so kind. He's one of the good ones. He's here for everybody. He's awesome, man. He's one of the ones that's bringing all of us together. Love it. All right. I'm going to wind her down.
Yep. You guys are amazing, honestly.
Yeah, the chat's just keeping me going here. Oh, okay. I do already know. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. I do know. Okay. Gremlin on the Wing of the Plane. Yeah, that's a classic. That's in the originals and in the movie. Dizzy's calling you out.
I don't.
He was in chat once.
I was in chat. I was in the pews one time. One time. That was a weekend I didn't drink. That's why I was there. I was actually up at an hour that was.
Oh, that's hilarious because you always get down on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Let me see. This Sunday, this Sunday, Murder Church will be kicking back off. I think it's week 5. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Thank you all so much. I'm going to end it. I'll just keep rambling here. Love you guys. Tomorrow night, Frill Friday. Keep an eye on stuff. We'll see what's happening, and we'll go from there. Great show. Love you guys. Dan, you want to end it?
Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. As always, good night. Have a good one.
Later.
See, we shoot them up bang bang over here. We not scared of they motherfucking ass.